Well, good day everyone. Here we find ourselves again at the Shepparton Motor Museum. It's definitely worth a look. Zoom in some of these cars. Got all sorts of things here happening. So come down to Shep and have a look at the Motor Museum. It's well worth a look if you're in Victoria. I definitely recommend coming down here and having a look. Yeah, got some pretty cool cars here. This thing you'd imagine would go fairly hard. It's got a number of side draft Weber carburetors on it. Pretty bloody cool. Good old Z9 oil filter. Yep, been really nicely restored, this thing. Quite a nice vehicle. I'd very gladly trade the VS for that. A number of really nice cars. V8. It's a Monaro, of course. With some kind of Holly carby on it, not sure what type. Vacuum secondaries. All sorts of stuff here. We've got a 1962 Valiant S series. Been really nicely restored. All the original decals and whatnot. Obviously the modern alternator, but you'd expect that, wouldn't you? Good old XA 1973 GT. Look at that. Really nicely restored. It's got all the original decals on it. Reproduction, of course. You know, we've got the warning on the firewall to only use genuine motorcraft bits, and you know, we've got the warning about if it will ever focus. There you go. Yep. Really nicely restored. See, they've got the original serial number on the front of the motor, paint mark on the Dizzy. It's just stuff that makes a really big difference when you're restoring old cars. Very, very nice car. Got a nice little Torrey here. Don't know much about Toranas. It says it's an SLR A9X 1977. Obviously it'd go pretty hard. Look how big the motor is in it. I mean, compared to the actual car itself. Spark plugs. Yeah, there you go. It's a 5 litre. I would not want to volunteer to change the spark plugs on this thing, as that's them there. God here. You know. GDHO 1971 XY Falcon.
Original daylight, still got an AM radio inside.
I'd say it's original too. There you are. It's got the proper VIN plate over there. Not that the camera's wanting to focus. However, I could keep it still, wouldn't it? Basically, just looks like it's original and unrestored. If you look at all that. I mean, it's really, really nice. It's
kept it garage.
This thing will focus past all that. Factor on the screen. Oh, there you go. Original radio and everything. Not that it's wanting to. Oh, yeah, there you go. It's the dashboard. Lovely. Really, really cool looking cars, these. Sort of a bit out of my league these days, but it's the back of these cars we were looking at. Got all sorts of cars here. I'm not going to go into much detail, more than I already have. Yeah, get yourself down here and have a look at some of the wicked cars, everyone. There you go, funny looking motor there.